Hi everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and these were the 2 cards from the Card Keeper kit that you can go ahead and make 5 of these, all with different titles on them, and you can make 5 of these again, just changing the sentiment. And these are the 2 cards. So what I've done with them, I'm just going to walk through with you what I've done to mix it up. So just leave those there so you can sort of see them. So the first card that I created, I took a piece of crushed curry, because crushed curry is the coordinating card colour that goes with it. I took the, when you get the 2 cards, so it's got this one in it, I cut this off, and I've used that for another card, so I'll show you that. But this piece here is this bit, and what I did was cut this off, and I've used that somewhere else, and this bit here, I have fussy cut out the flowers, and I've laid them all down, and I've used a couple of embellishments from an old, not an old kit, another kit that is available online as well. And what I then did was I cut the envelope, because I wouldn't be needing an envelope. I have created here a little pouch, so I've raised up the edge, and this could be for the money or a gift card holder. You've always also got somewhere to write your message on. So that was one of the cards that I did. I've also got the same sort of concept for another card that I've got here as well. So I'll show you that. So this is another card that I'm working on. So I've taken the green, and I'm going to be gluing the layer of green onto my card. Just want to make sure that I have measured that all correctly. So you may need to trim your base card. This card size is a little smaller than the Australian one, so if you're using our cards, just trim a little bit off, and what you'll see here, that is the envelope. And again, I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm going to make a little gift card pouch. And when I put these in my box to sell at my stalls or where I work, I just include a little note at the back of that, just to let them know that it is actually a gift card holder. So they don't have to use that gift card holder if they don't want to, but it's just a nice little thing if you're giving someone some money, or something that's just a little easier, rather than just giving them a card or nothing or whatever. It just makes it a little bit special just to have something on there. So I'm just going to bring that down onto there. Then what I'm going to do is take the panel. So again, I've cut a, okay, that one's just about dead. And what I've got is a, you'll see on another card in a minute, I took one of the panels and I cut it, and I'm going to glue that onto here. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and just make sure I don't have my empty one there, and I'm just going to cut a few bits off here to add for you. But before I glue that down, I am going to add 2 of my, so basically I'm going to be having my For You here. So I'm going to glue down 2 of the gold leaves. So that would sit along there. Alright, so hop off for a sec. And I'm going to glue down this as well. Onto there. And of course you could add some twine, some ribbon. You can colour your twine with your Stampin' Blends to make it coordinate with this as well. And so then I'm going to again just use some embellishments that are left over from a kit, and just popping a few embellishments on my card. One more. Oh, you can just go there. All right. So that if you've got embellishments left over from kits or anything, just pop those onto there. And then what I'm going to do is add 2 pieces of basic white, roughly cut about 10 centimeters by 14.5-ish, just as a starting point. And then what I did was I actually trimmed here, here, and across here, so it left me a panel here. So what I'm going to do is, you don't even have to trim this if you didn't want. I wanted that white showing on the other card, so I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to just mark it with a pencil there. Grab hold of my trimmer and I'm going to cut there. Now when you've got this piece, I'll show you a card that I've got coming up with that one as well. So if you didn't want to trim the inside bit, lay a piece of basic white down there, or you can just go straight ahead and lay this piece down here, but you will need to raise it up. I found that it was actually a little too close. It was against the cardstock a little bit too much for my liking, so what I did was just pop down some foam adhesive strip, and it'll be about that long, and glue that, put that down onto there like so, and then I'll grab another foam adhesive strip because there's not enough for that, and I'm going to go across to there, and just trim off that edge bit. Okay, butt that up onto there, and then that up to there. So I might just pop that straight in there and not worry about a layer of basic white, but you've got that option. I will add the white up to here so that you've got somewhere to write, and I might even stamp a sentiment in there as well. But because it's a For You card, I might have to just leave it without a sentiment on there, because I want to don't want to write For You, or maybe you want Happy Birthday in there, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that is how I've done the card. That is the coordinating envelope. I think that's a pretty nifty way of using the leftover envelopes as well, making it just a variety. So that is another card done. And then another card I've got here is doing what when I did this card and I had left over that and I chopped off that piece. What I then did, this is the next card I'm doing. I've got a base piece of Lost Lagoon. I've got 2 strips of Designer Series paper from the envelope, and I've cut those, and maybe let me get a ruler. I think eyeballing it's only about 2 centimeters or so. Yeah, about not quite 2.5 centimeters. And if you're doing inches, not quite an inch. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to add my second layer, which is just the leftover piece of the envelope. So lay that down onto there. What I'm going to do with this one is raise that up with some dimensionals, and I've got my dimensionals here. And another one in the center. always like to put one in the center just as an anchor point. Sometimes you'll find your layer can be a little bit big. Don't need to go overboard or anything. And then I'm going to position this piece here. Then I'm going to grab some mini glue dots and my take a pick tool, and in the center of this I'm going to add a bunch of mini glue dots. Just needs to secure that vellum. Pop that down onto there. Then going to glue my leaf and my other leaf. And then pop down the gold. And then my other gold. And then with my dimensionals here, pop down the best wishes, and again just grabbing some bling. There we go, and that there is another simple, easy card, just to mix it up a little bit, just to make something a little bit different using just the supplies pretty much from what you already have. You've probably already got some cardstock, and I'm sure you've probably got some embellishments, so there's really not much more to be adding to these cards. So there's that one, and the last card I've got to show you is this one. What I've got is a base card of Night of Navy. Now you might be also wondering, while I think of it, you're wondering where I've got the the For You, and that is actually part of this. So what I did was, I didn't like the Happy For You, but I was happy with the For You part. So I actually cut along there and went around the F, and that's how I've got the For You part. And when you look at, there's just ways of just changing it up. So I've got a base card of Night of Navy. I've got that green part of the card that I did cut off from a base card previously. So I'm going to lay that down onto there. Now, like I said, you may need to trim ever so slightly a little bit of your base card to fit this size, because it's not quite to our size. What I did with the other piece that I cut off from this card is turn this, and I've cut a little piece of, I had some scrap left over of the envelope, and I'm going to attach that to here. So I've cut that down, so glue that, and then might just neaten that little edge, it's just not quite, there we go. And now what I'm going to do is glue this along here and add that to my base card, like so. This time I will be adding a little bit of the twine to go with it, because I'd like to bring something into this. This will be raised up so we can get some dimensionals for this part. One here, nice and easy way to use up those scraps. And we have the baker's twine. So going to take some of the baker's twine, and I'm going to be using the blue baker's twine for this one. And as soon as I find the end, there we go. And I'm going to make a circle here, and I will need my mini glue dots and my take a pick tool to be able to secure my twine down. So grab a few of those here. In the bin. So I'm just going to lay those secure onto there. Okay. Just might need a fourth one just to secure that little bit out there. Okay, take my words, pop that off, and that. I need to secure that, and then using the last of my little gems here, it's going to pop a few of those onto here for a little bit of bling. There we go. So that uses up the last of those kit gems, and we have another card. So nice and easy, I think. Simple ways of creating variations using the same kit. And like I said, all I've really added is a base card of Lost Lagoon, a base card of Night of Navy, and also I've added the crushed curry. So there's a couple of different ways that you could easily step up and make these cards into something different if you didn't want those cards all to be exactly the same, and chopping off some of the words. Like I usually use mostly happy birthday or best wishes, but the for you is another option when you're doing a birthday card as well. So there's something, and also gift card holders. So alright, hope you enjoy that, hope you have fun doing it, and I'll be back with some more on my Instagram or my Facebook page as well with variations. So I will see you next time then. Okay, bye.
Years of inspiration.